Whoa.
This is our latest project.
Whoa. Hey everybody, welcome back to Florida Exotic Fish. Glenn, Tamla, and I are here with my good friend Dave Drake from, well, actually he was my customer for about 20 years in Chicago. He ran Aquarium Adventure in Hoffman, and he's now made a big move to sunny South Florida, and since he's been here it hasn't been real sunny, it's been warmer in Chicago. But anyway, we're on 5D Aquatics Tropicals farm, and it's monstrous. All that out there is acre and acre and acre of fish being grown, and now he's going to take us into his start off wherever he's going to start. He's going to give us a tour, so we're very lucky to be able to do this. Okay, now what is this?
So this is our pack house. This is where all of our fish get brought in from the ponds and from some of our vats and the other warehouses.
So these trays, for example, are they loaded up with fish?
They get loaded up with
bags.
The fish get bagged over here. They get brought into the trays. They come down the rollers, and then they get put in with oxygen, placed in the boxes, styros, cardboard, and then of course they get packed with heat and ice as needed.
Whoa.
Yeah, we're one of the largest operations in Florida and one of the biggest in the country.
I would say so. So these are all boxes made up, ready to go.
Yeah, this is all, most of this will wind up going out on Sunday and Monday's pack, and then we reload with boxes throughout the week as we get more orders in.
So how many, is this a, how many people operation?
In this room alone, we can have up to 60 people at any given time, catching, netting, doing certainly maintenance, and then boxing and bagging, getting everything tagged and marked for all the subsequent stores that they're going to go out to.
So everybody, these are fish you're never going to see in my place, but you know, just as we go by, it's just amazing.
Now, one of the things you're going to see a lot of as we go through the different rows and racks are going to be the glowfish. It's kind of what we're known for. We're actually the only producer of glowfish in the United States.
Okay. So these are little things that are going to be, people are going to go through.
Yeah.
And I see they're color coded of some way.
Yes, so that depends on which store, which chain, and which location that they're going to be going to. Because on the screen behind you, it's going to have everything's color coded, which buckets go where. So that way, when the folks who are packing them and bagging them, they put them onto the conveyor belt, they come down the conveyor belt, and the folks who are actually going to be then putting them into the boxes, sort them by color. So
they just put them on here?
Yep. And this is rolling during the week. And this is why we're here on the weekend. We don't pack during the weekend except for on Sunday night. So it's very quiet. It is impossible to film here.
I'm thinking about how we do it here at our place with 3 guys, 4 guys, and we're doing like one little section of that, what's involved. And this is going to go out in one day, 2 days?
Yeah, a lot of this, bulk of the boxes.
Hundreds and hundreds of boxes.
Yes. And we have semi-trucks that pull up from, various carriers, UPS, FedEx, what have you, and they get loaded up
Are there any of these aisles you want us just to come see something, and you can be sure to take us down?
You're going to see a lot of everything. This is going to be a lot of community fish. We do some more exotic cichlids and whatnot are going to be on the other side, right up your alley. We'll show you some of that stuff.
Whoa. Now, you have fish that are going to come in like every day?
We aside from Saturdays, we bring fish in almost on the daily. This is the only day where there's nobody in here except the maintenance crew was in here first thing this morning. Other than that, yeah, every day we get new fish in, and throughout the day. What we start with in the morning is going to be different with what we have in the afternoon. We're going to visit some of the other warehouses in just a bit so you can see, where we have our imports, some of our farm raised stuff. We buy from other farms in the area, as well as, overseas imports. We'll have overstock there that throughout the day as we sell out of the tanks. We only have so many tanks. We got about 1,400 tanks here in the pack house. You'll see some are empty. These are all going to be full come Monday morning.
Whoa.
And then you'll see them empty out by Monday afternoon.
Amazing. Amazing.
So we do everything from, of course, all your community stuff, and we even do a lot of cichlids as well.
Yep.
Firecracker swords. This is selectively bred strain we're getting from the Far East. very unique strain because these guys, the fins get so long.
Look at the dorsals on them.
Yeah, they are one of the more impressive morphs of swordtails you're going to find anywhere.
And their color is almost a matte color. Very beautiful.
Yeah, it is. Whoa.
These are Colombian plecos. This is one of our most popular sellers. These come out of Colombia, and these are available
What
almost
number is
year-round. So,
You know?
this is L129.
Yeah. Wow. Pretty amazing. I can't even imagine.
And then we also have the Colombian snowball. So those two are our biggest sellers. For somebody who wants a more exotic looking pleco, those are two of the more affordable ones. They're going to carry a retail price of anywhere from about $50 to $70,
Right.
Which may sound like a lot, but for some of your more exotic plecos, it really isn't.
This is really, really amazing. I can't even imagine it. Glenn, what do you think? Yeah. And I see you have, you know, it looks like a lot of this is flat out just mechanized to change water itself.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and everything is filtered. Everything goes through UV sterilizers. We use purified water, the work. So not only do we have all the tanks, but of course we have tubs upon tubs, not only in this room, but some of the other rooms we're going to visit.
Wow. You could spend days in here looking at this stuff.
Oh, believe me, it took me weeks to figure out what is in which row, because some of it does change up.
So now let me ask you something. So is the TV going to say, hey, take a yellow bucket and go to CC and do
It will
something?
have the row and the color on there. So yeah, everything is color coded. It's to watch the folks back here is really amazing because they are so efficient.
Now, do they know the fish or just know to go to the tank?
All the above, absolutely.
They learn the fish over time?
Sure.
That's what my guys do. They start off not knowing the fish.
So this is something you might have on your farm at times.
Yep.
So these rows we're going to have a little bit more smattering of some of the African cichlids.
Yep. Nice. Oh, and you got ladders for them to get up on?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, because a lot of people that work here are about my height, so we can't reach those top tanks.
Well, no one can, unless you sort of, you know, I don't think retired basketball players are coming in here. Let me ask you something. So is this constant, this temperature, winter, summer, fall?
Pretty much, yeah, plus or minus a couple degrees, but...
Do you have to cool it in the winter? I mean, summer?
And yeah, I mean, we do have fans, so, but I mean, the average temperature stays in here around, you know, mid to high 70s.
Yeah. Yep.
And we do have our discus room, which we keep considerably warmer.
Yep.
That stays that way year round.
All right, that's pretty cool.
All right, well, let's go check out some of the other warehouses we have to look at.
Okay.
Or this is one of our larger warehouses.
Yikes. Yikes.
Oh, now this is like me working in my room.
Yeah.
Nice and toasty.
Yes, and this is a cooler day. Well, usually during the week we'll have the doors open. We have to leave them closed, especially if no one's here, because obviously cranes and herons. This is a
Love it. They would
smorgasbord.
love it.
One of my first days here, I walked in, I went to close the door behind me, everybody's yelling at me, open, open, open. I'm like, what? And there's a big crane hanging out.
Tried to chase it out of here.
Oh yeah, I chase out with big fish net, skim out of here, because he was just waiting to have himself a free lunch. So what we have in here, this is everything that we bring in out of our ponds from outside. We also bring in fish from other Florida farmers, as well as some of the import items that we bring in. So they'll come in here first, everybody gets acclimated, and then eventually they'll find their way to the room that we were just in, where they'll get packed and shipped.
So they
all
might
over the
bring
country.
200 of these guys in, stick them in a tank inside or something
Yeah,
like
easily.
that.
And depending on the species, we'll devote sometimes 2, 3, 4 tanks, depending on what the top movers are. Some we only need 1 tank for. And these you'll see folks coming out here with the golf carts and the big trains, you know, transporting bags of fish back and forth, because you'll see throughout the day, we'll bring stuff out a couple, 2, 3
What are
times a day
these?
throughout the week. These are glow sharks.
Whoa,
So,
I was thinking.
Yeah, so this is one that would make a great companion for something we're going to see later on. But these are what we call the galactic purple glow sharks. We've got purple, we've got green, and we have blue. And this is an assortment. No purples, but you got some of the greens, some of the blues.
Pretty cool.
So, yeah, bulk of what you're going to see in here is going to be a lot of the Glofish overstock, but then we'll see other things. We'll have various import tetras, farm tetras, a lot of gouramis we'll bring into here. Some of the beds you'll see empty. Those are getting sterilized.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, this room right here is 2/3 the
here's
size.
one that's got a little bit less surface disruption, so you can get a real good look at those guys.
Yeah.
Now this is just under natural sunlight.
Yeah.
So you can imagine what they would look like when you put them under that glow light or the actinic lighting that really brings
What
those
is
colors
that
out.
lighting?
It's actinic lighting, so it's something that we use in saltwater because, you
Oh
know,
yeah, you could change. You showed me at your place one time a light you could change colors on.
Absolutely. So you can adjust it so you can, you know, really tweak the best looking colors you're going to get. So
And you can also regulate almost like depth.
yeah,
So if you want
absolutely.
to have a dark depth of a fish that hung in the dark water.
Yeah,
deeper
and you
water.
can increase sensitivity on a lot of light. I mean, LED lighting has come so far along. You can really adjust it to any type of aquarium fish you're trying to keep. But yeah, we got a little bit of everything throughout here, but this is mostly going to be all the Glofish,
Yep.
glow cories.
Very, very cool. But I'm getting hot.
So, I get it. It's, well, you're from here.
You know what? I don't regulate temperature very good anymore with my stupid
I get that. but man,
pacemaker. These are beautiful.
I'm from Chicago. I'm the one that's supposed to be complaining about being too hot.
Well, at home, you know what? At home, you know, I'd have on a pair of shorts, and I'd slip my T-shirt, and I'd, you know, whatever. We dress like kind of like Glenn, except not those boots. This is amazing. And you have, do you have several rooms like this?
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah, we have multiple warehouses throughout the property. This is what we call the big room. It's lettered as KM, but it's a big room because it is the largest room we have on the facility. But we have vats in several other rooms throughout.
Well, let me ask you one question. You've had some mighty storms in here. Have you had big problems?
And the time that I've
Were these
been here,
buildings?
no, but just like on your farm, there has been damage over the years.
Right.
So, and just like with your facility, we just repair.
Yep.
So-
And what you do, you have to. And I see over there you got big tubs of probably.
We do, which are mostly going to be goldfish. So,
Yeah.
Ryukins, Orandas, how, you know, when the season really hits, koi.
Yep.
So a little bit of everything.
Very cool. Now see, now where are you taking this now? To the specialty?
Yeah, we're gonna go visit one more spot I think you're really going to enjoy.
Okay. Where is it? This way? That way? Well, this is a mighty, mighty huge place.
All right, we got one last thing to show you.
All righty.
This is kind of the creme de la creme of the tour, if you will.
Cool. Is this a specialty building?
So this actually used to belong to the owners, and we recently converted this into...
Was it a house?
Yeah, it was an actual house.
So you stripped everything out?
Yep, we just converted into, this is where our entire sales team is. We're looking to expand the team, so we've actually got new desks,
Very cool.
new everything. But this is a part of the tour, this is why I brought you down here.
Whoa.
This is our latest project.
Whoa.
These are the new Glofish Angels. These are coming out this summer, somewhere between end of July and the very 1st of August.
They are amazing.
Yeah, so these are adults, these are our breeders, these are about a year old. And then over here, these are seller size, these are between 18 and 20 weeks. These are the ones that will actually be in stores later this summer. So this is a project that's been
Gosh,
R&D
I mean,
for-
these are truly amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know not everybody's a huge fan of the Glofish, but I mean, they bring so much to the hobby. They especially bring things in for the kids, but now this is also going to be bringing people in who have larger aquariums. You know, this isn't just like your little desktop fish. This is something that you've got a 30, 40 gallon aquarium. And while we like to do them under the actinic lighting, it really brings out the colors of them. Even if you put them under standard lighting, it's still an amazing looking fish.
But you know what? Let me tell you something. I know you sell a lot of fish to
In Canada, yeah.
Now he considers this the new gateway fish for kids.
Oh, absolutely.
Because what he says is, you know, before it was goldfish.
Yeah.
And then you'd buy a goldfish and put it in a stupid little tank and it would die.
Yeah, and they get too big.
And they get too big. He said, so now the kids are coming in and they're not buying a cheap fish. These are not cheap. So I mean, they're buying a nice thing, so they're taking it home, putting it in their place. It's almost like it's a, you know, it's a night light. And to me, to have all the other different glowfish you have, and now add angels, you've got a perfect tank.
Yeah.
Because when you think of an original or a starter, you know, tank, it's got angels, it's got the little cories, it's got this, it's got that. You've got all that now.
Sure. Now, we don't recommend these as the very first fish in the aquarium. Certainly want to get the aquarium cycled before adding these
Yes,
fish.
yes.
Angels in general and cories and whatnot. But after that, and there certainly are, you know, parts of the line like the glow tetras, the glow danios that can absolutely, you know, cycle an aquarium, and they can all cohabitate. You can keep them all together because we also have things like glow sharks.
So you now have a community tank
Absolutely,
here.
absolutely.
So in other words, you got a tank that's ready to go. It's been cycled. It's been, you know, it's ready, and you have the angels and your the danios and all glowfish. This could be incredible.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like you said, some people, you know, they don't like them. Some people don't like my albino peacocks. They think there's something wrong with them, you know?
But this is a perfect little night light.
But I'm telling you, but let me just tell you something. I've seen all the glowfish at the show. These are incredible.
Yeah, this is a project that we're really excited about. I actually found out about it by accident when I came down here last September, and I stumbled into a room. I'm like, oh, I don't think I'm supposed to know about these. And they didn't even tell me until after I was brought on board the first of the year, like, yeah, we have a new project coming out. It's going to be Glow Angels. I'm like, yeah, I kind of already know that. And they're like, yeah, you weren't supposed to see those, but we're glad you didn't say anything because this has been kept under wraps. Like, nobody in the industry knows about this. We are just now going to be releasing them in a couple of weeks at Global. That'll be the first time anybody sees them. Global Pet, for anybody who doesn't know, is an all-industry trade show. So anybody who's in the trade, whether they work at a store, wholesaler, distributor, whatever, will be able to see these in person for the first time. We're going to be unveiling them to the public for the first time in May at Aquashella down in Dallas.
So let me ask you, let me be ignorant.
Are you going to be in Dallas?
I am.
So
I
are
will
we.
be at,
So are we.
yeah, I will be
So
at
let
every
me
show
ask you a
this year.
question. Are those glow plants?
They are part of the Glofish brand, yes. So, but you don't have to do them with just those. I mean, this goes along with the whole line, but you can certainly do any type of artificial plants with them, and these fish look great. And these, I've set these up for a different photo shoot that will get released later on just natural looking gravel. I always like the solid color backgrounds, but with natural looking plants, and they still look amazing. So you don't have to do the whole glow tank if you didn't want to.
In the 70s, when I was doing some of the stuff I was doing, this would be a fun tank to have.
I was joking when the gentleman that is in charge of our project here, he came and dropped them off, and I turned the lights off and put all this on, and I'm like, you know what we should do? We should set up a booth at Coachella. We'll sell more glowfish than ever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I hate to say it, but that's some of my big customers that carry these say that, yeah, people love them. And why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But that, you know, listen, you know, when you said there was something special, I thought that you were going to show me like a, you know, what, something, whatever. But that is truly amazing. Isn't that was cool, Glenn?
Half the staff here have not seen these yet. They've only seen some of the pictures of the juveniles. None of my sales team has even seen the adults yet.
What, that's not a veil or anything. That's just a...
No, but they do throw out the veiled genes, so there are a couple, but that's not going to be a part of the line anytime soon. They'll even throw out pearl scales. And when I say throw out, I mean they produce offspring that way. We don't throw them away. But it's one out of like every 50 or 100, so that's not going to be part of the line anytime soon. And the first thing I got asked by the few people who knew about this was like, oh, when are the other colors coming? It's like, that's going to be a ways down the road.
But you are planning on other colors?
Absolutely, but usually it's at least 2 years in between color releases because that's how long it takes to develop the strains at a minimum. Plus, we also have to get FDA approval because that's the only way you can sell glowfish in the United States. That's why we're the only producer of glowfish because they have to get FDA approval. Any other fluorescent fish out there are actually not legal to bring into the US.
Well, let me tell you something. I had my last aquarium I had in my house was in 1972. And since then, I don't need an aquarium since I have the farm.
Sure.
But you know what? I could handle an aquarium with these in.
All right.
Babe, I would take care of
I
it.
think we have enough aquariums.
No, but just think about the wall next to the TV. You're wondering what to put there is beautiful.
Wait, yes, it would be.
Would that be amazing?
Yeah.
Loaded up? And they're going to come to me for free?
Yeah, I don't know about that one. It's going to be a very limited release when these hit.
I'm
hit
talking
the
about
stores this
years
summer.
from now.
Okay. Yeah, I even said we're probably not keeping these tanks permanently in the office here. We might set them up somewhere out in the foyer there or whatnot. But I told them, I'm like, yeah, if we decide we don't want these, I will gladly take one of these home and put this in my living room.
So
I'm a
right
purist at
now,
heart.
this is not going to even be allowed to come out onto the hobby till.
Well, these are going to be released. This size is going to hit stores end of July, early August. We don't have an exact release date yet.
Okay.
But they are coming out this summer.
Okay.
Wonderful.
And then will you have adults eventually? Maybe not.
Maybe somewhere later down the road.
But these are
later down the road.
Are these breeders?
These are breeders, absolutely. These are about 12 months old. They can start spawning as early of an age as 8 months. These are raised out in the pond, so they grow a lot faster. When you raise them in the tanks, the growth rate is reduced significantly. So this is actually the first generation of breeders.
I'm amazed. When you said come up and see something,
I wasn't kidding.
We didn't
I
expect.
thought maybe, knowing me, I thought maybe you had a new, Malawi
cichlid.
fish.
Yeah.
Cichlid.
Yes. We were hoping to grow up some glow cichlids, but
That'll never happen, will it?
I don't think so.
I don't see how it could, the way they breed and stuff.
I'll tell you, the one that I'm pitching would be the glow Oscar, that head that you mentioned. But there's such a limited market for that.
Yeah, you can't. You'd go ahead and put a glow Oscar in there, a little teeny one with those, and see what happens.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. There's not a lot you could mix with them.
No.
And there's probably not a lot of people who keep larger cichlids that would want.
And
a
but the
glowfish.
thing of it is, one glow Oscar in a tank would not be impressed. Would be nice, but not
You
impressive.
could probably do like 3 or 4 in here. No, one project that it was a teaser. It wasn't an actual project, but one that they had mentioned was glow arowanas. I was so disappointed to hear that.
Whoa!
That was never a thing.
What
They were
about
just-
what
it was
about
a
some
ruse.
kind of Grammy?
So it depends if they, can get the gene to work with them. So maybe like an albino type at some point, but I don't think that's in the works anytime soon.
Yeah.
But
So let me ask you another question. When did the first glowfish come out?
20 years ago,
Really?
we are celebrating the 20th anniversary of the first.
And what
glowfish.
was it?
It was a form of the red Daniel. Now the one that we have now is a different strain from what we had 20 years ago.
Okay, count me off on your fingers how many types of glowfish are available right now.
So are you talking species or colors?
Don't come on, don't make it hard on me. Just species.
So we've got the Daniels, we have the white skirt tetras, we have the Pristella tetras, we've got Cory cats, the glow sharks, and now of course the glow angels.
6.
There you go.
But color-wise, you could make 3 or 4 on each type.
On most species, we've got at least 3 or 4.
So you've got 17, 18 types of color.
Yeah. Yeah, so you could turn this into a giant tank of jelly.
And let me ask you a question. Why couldn't I get these for free from you? No one would know. I'd come up here, take you to lunch.
Dude, I just started. Don't get me fired. Yeah, we're going to cut that part out of the video.
So I'll come in here with a little bag and say, hey, come on. How about I just come in with a bag and all of a sudden, let me see that,
Well, then I'm going to be coming and working for you. I'm going to show up at your house with a tent after I get canned. Thank you very much.
This is beautiful.
Thank you for sharing this.
Oh, Lordy.
Oh, you guys are very welcome. I'm so glad you could make the trip out here.
Yeah.
I hope it was worth it.
Hey, everybody. I want to thank you for watching this, and I want to thank Dave for letting us come in here. And remember to always subscribe and like us and make a comment so I can comment back to you. I love it.
And share it.
Share it. See y'all later.
Bye.
Or really not much in the way of gators either, which I hear during the summer can be an issue, but
You got turtles probably too coming in.
we haven't